Yo, what's the word? It's your boy Zente, and I'm back like I never left. In today's video, we'll be reacting to George Carlin, Immune System and Germs. As you can see, I have two special guests with me, so just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Uncle Aaron.
I'm Sean's mom, Dawn.
If you're new to the channel, just make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications, but let's get right into the video.
It's just one more way of reducing your liberty and reminding you that they can fuck with you anytime they want. As long as you put up with it. As long as you put up with it. Which means, of course, anytime they want. Because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion of security. What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing, germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from? In this country. Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans they panic easily, so now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs.
And he said this, how long ago you think this is? At least 1990 at least, right?
30 years ago.
And he's saying that in 1990, and that's what we're going through right now.
So he's the head of his time.
So he was ahead of his time, way.
I agree.
Ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol. It's true. It's true. It's true. Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick. It would take a lot of the sportsmanship out of the whole execution. Fear of germs, why these fucking pussies? You can't even get a decent hamburger anymore. They cook the shit out of everything now because everybody's afraid of food poisoning. Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Take a fucking chance, will you? You know how many people die in this country from food poisoning every year? 9,000. That's all. It's a minor risk. Take a fucking chance, bunch of goddamn pussies. Besides, what do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice. It needs germs to practice on. So listen. If you kill all the germs around you and live a completely sterile life, then when germs do come along, you're not going to be prepared. And never mind ordinary germs, what are you going to do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, you're going to die, and you're going to deserve it because you're fucking weak and you got a fucking weak immune system. Now, God damn it. Hey. All right. Let me tell you a true story about immunization, okay? When I was a little boy in New York City in the 1940s, we swam in the Hudson River, and it was filled with raw sewage, okay? We swam in raw sewage, to cool off. And at that time, the big fear was polio. Thousands of kids died from polio every year. But you know something? In my neighborhood, no one ever got polio. No one, ever. You know why? Because we swam in raw sewage. It strengthened our immune systems. The polio never had a prayer.
I think exactly what he's saying is true, because I think that's how you raised me. Like, you would let you go in the sandbox and get dirty, play in dirt, so that you build up your immune system.
Right.
So what he's saying,
plastic on the carriage.
Well, that's, like he said,
you have to deal with germs for you to be strong enough
resistant
to fight.
Against,
Exactly.
And all that fantasy of cleaning everything so much and sterilizing everything is unrealistic because the world's full of germs, and it always was and always will be. But it's more advanced now.
Right.
But he's 30 years ahead. Before we're talking about.
And I noticed that a lot. Like, when I react to his videos, like, everything he's saying is relevant to this day, and he's not even alive. and everything he's saying is.
He was ahead of his time.
We were tempered in raw shit. So personally, and our immune systems. The polio never had a prayer. We were tempered in raw shit. So personally, I never take any special precautions against germs. I don't shy away from people who sneeze and cough. I don't wipe off the telephone. I don't cover the toilet seat. And if I drop food on the floor, I pick it up and eat it.
You can't do that.
Yes, I do. Even if I'm at a sidewalk cafe in Calcutta, the poor section, on New Year's morning during a soccer riot. And you know something? In spite of all that so-called risky behavior, I never get infections. I don't get them. I don't get colds. I don't get flu. I don't get headaches. I don't get upset stomachs. And you know why? Because I got a good, strong immune system, and it gets a lot of practice. My immune system is equipped with the biological equivalent of fully automatic military assault rifles with night vision and laser scopes. And we have recently acquired phosphorus grenades, cluster bombs, and anti-personnel fragmentation mines. So, when my white blood cells are on patrol, reconnoitering my bloodstream, seeking out strangers and other undesirables, if they see any suspicious-looking germs of any kind, they don't fuck around. They whip out the weapons, they wax the motherfucker, and deposit the unlucky fellow directly into my colon. Into my colon. There's no nonsense. There's no Miranda warning. There's none of that 3 strikes and you're out shit. First defense, bam! Into the colon you go.
So what I noticed is, like, sometimes when I comment on a video and I say like there was a video that I watched that I felt like wasn't that funny, but somebody commented, they was like, he's not only a comedian, he's a philosopher too. So they were saying
he never dressed flashy. I had told Sean about him years ago. I said that was your father's favorite comedian. He doesn't remember that.
I don't remember her telling me.
But all of a sudden he started watching it. So,
but I started watching it, and then I noticed that a lot of people like when I react to him. But like some videos, I don't laugh. But I gotta understand that he's not only trying to be funny, he's trying to give knowledge as well.
Making social commentary.
Yeah.
It's
so
not
it's not just comedy.
But that's what
it just happens to be funny.
He was always that way. He talked about life.
Yeah.
As he's from his perspective. And a lot of us kind of look at it in that way too. We just didn't know it until we heard it from him.
And speaking of my colon, I want you to know I don't automatically wash my hands every time I go to the bathroom, okay? Can you deal with that? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know when I wash my hands? When I shit on them. That's the only time. And you know how often that happens? Tops, 2-3 times a week. Tops. Maybe a little more frequently over the holidays, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you something else, my well-scrubbed friends. You don't always need a shower every day. Did you know that? It's overkill. Unless you work out or work outdoors or for some reason come in intimate contact with huge amounts of filth and garbage every day, you don't always need a shower.
So when I went to the doctor, they said that. Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's for certain people. I don't feel like that's for, like, I feel like like that's true for certain people. Like somebody like me, just because I don't work out, like I sweat every day.
Well, everybody.
So it's like I know, but I sweat more than a normal person.
Well, how do you know?
Because my shirt is drenched and
it's
the
saying,
winter.
How do you know you sweat more than the average person? I sweat a lot.
I don't.
I mean, not just sitting there doing nothing, but...
No, sitting there doing nothing. I'm like, right now I'm sweating.
Okay.
So for me, when they told me, yeah, you don't need to shower every day, and I was like, nah, well, I'm gonna shower every day.
Well, I mean, that's...
Because they said it's not they said it's not good for you to shower and scrub every day.
Well, it's a personal choice. Obviously, they could recommend anything. Doctors, or half the time the doctors are wrong anyway. So because they're professional guessers, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they're like, "What's wrong with doctor? What's wrong with me? I don't know, but we're gonna try to figure it out."
And then mommy always says they always want you to come back just so they can make more money.
Well, that's what they do in general. I mean, and there are good doctors and some not so good doctors. So yeah, I mean, I don't shower every day, especially in the winter. In the summertime, I may shower every day.
Right.
Because I sweat like you. Or if I'm doing construction work and I'm sweating a lot and I'm dirty, yeah, I'll shower. But like now, every 2 days, even sometimes 3 days, I'm sitting at home working in the studio. I'm not doing a lot of heavy lifting or anything, so yeah, it's fine. You know, I mean, you start going, yeah, it's time for me to shower.
Yeah, definitely.
It's overkill. Unless you work out or work outdoors or for some reason come in intimate contact with huge amounts of filth and garbage every day, you don't always need a shower. All you really need to do is to wash the 4 key areas.
That's what they said.
Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. Got that? Armpits?
That's exactly what they said to me. When I went to the dermatologist. They was like, all you got to wash is your armpits, groin, buttocks, and that's it. But I was like, nah, I need to wash everything.
Well, again, that's your personal choice. So that's about right.
Shower. All you really need to do is to wash the 4 key areas. Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. Got that? Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. In fact, you can save yourself a whole lot of time if you simply use the same brush on all 4 areas. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right.
So, what did you think about the video?
I think it's, you would think it was recorded currently.
Yeah, you would think that he made this in 2021.
Yeah, or in the last couple of years, at least the last 2-3 years. But he was always, you know, he was always controversial. When he first came out, he was talking about stuff that people didn't talk about.
So, somebody like him, you face a lot of backlash.
Well, first, of course, I think he had resistance at first, right, Don? When he first came out, he was very controversial. People didn't want to put him on TV or on this show. And then, you know, I guess he started probably like in Las Vegas or something where they could do risque kind of subjects.
Right.
Like a lot of Red Fox and other early comedians talked about stuff that normally, you know, people didn't want to really address. So he was addressing social issues and worldly issues. And I always liked him. I thought it was delivered with a sense of humor, you know, which makes it easy to listen to.
So where would you say you would put him, like if you had to name 5 comedians that you feel like are the best, do you feel like he's in the 5?
He's in the top 5.
I feel like he's in the 5? Mm-hmm. So what's the 5 you would name?
Boy, I like Richard Pryor. I like Bernie Mac. I like George Carlin. I like Monique.
So you're not into the newer comedians like Dave Chappelle. They're not newer, obviously.
I like the Wayans brothers.
The Wayans brothers?
Mm-hmm. The Wayans brothers.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Yeah,
if you had to name 5 comedians.
I would say definitely Dave Chappelle's up there with the top.
Definitely.
Richard Pryor. Ralphie May.
Ralphie May.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, you gotta watch him. Who else? So many. Red Fox, I always like.
Yeah, I did a Red Fox video. I liked it.
And Eddie Murphy. Yeah, there's probably others, but that's all I can think of right now.
Right. So, let us know how you feel about this video.
Yeah, let us know.
And then also name your top 5 comedians. Comment that down below. If you want to see my mom and my uncle in the videos, make sure you leave likes. Comment that you enjoyed seeing them in the video. And if you have any more suggestions, just comment down below. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. And that's it. Peace out.
Bye.
Posse about to kill it. MC turned villain. Niggas is sleep, niggas is weak, niggas is whack on the beat. I'm from the east, put your ears to the street. I'm a motherfucking beast. Niggas want a homicide. Pull up to the stew. On the beat, I bet he die. It's gonna be a suicide. Hossie be the wave. We need to be a fave. Nicest in the borough. Everything is thorough. Never on that fake shit. Always on that cake shit. Bar on that wake and bake. No more give I take. It's my time.